two buildings at the University of Fort Hare have been set alight. The campus security there, including the police, clashing with protesting students at the institution's main entrance. Rubber bullets and tear gas were fired to disperse the students. Now, they are accusing the university management of governance failure. The students have demanded improved security, maintenance and accountability for the deaths of students at that institution. Let's talk now to Liyema Vumisa. Liyema, good evening to you. This is a story that you have been covering throughout the day, running battles between protesting students and the campus security, including the police. What can you tell us this hour?
Certainly, Claudia, very good evening to you and, of course, to our Newzroom Afrika viewers. Well, in the meantime, when you were on the Mkhwanazi ad hoc committee, certainly there were significant developments arising here at the University of Fort Hare's main campus, that's in Alice, in Etikeni, where we understand then a standoff of about over close to 4 hours between the campus security personnel together with the members of the South African Police Services clashing with the students of the university here of Fort Hare. Now, there were rubber bullets, as you rightfully mentioned, that were being, fired by the South African Police Services and also by that campus security. Meanwhile, the students were returning any weapon that they had at their disposal, including throwing stones right back at the officials from, the South African Police Service. Now, this has, emanated from those several concerns that the students were raising pertaining to, of course, some of the issues that continue to plague the institution, particularly when it comes or even concern them as the students. But while that was happening, we also understand then that during the protests that were occurring here, unfortunately, two buildings caught fire. We don't understand at this current juncture as to who might have been the actual reason or the person that set that fire. But all we understand is that the administration block right here at the University of Fort Hare, together with the student affairs building right here at this institution, have in fact caught fire. And right now, as I speak to you, Chloe, that smoke is still coming out of those two buildings. Meanwhile, the students, after the 4-hour standoff, have retreated. We understand that there are no more violent protests or even any demonstrations currently underway at this current juncture. Just a couple of minutes ago, before you came to us, that's when we understand then that that standoff had retreated. Meanwhile, police visibility continues to be on high alert here at the institution, even right after, that demonstration has subsided. And that is all happening whilst the campus has in fact indefinitely now suspended its academic studies owing to, of course, these protest demonstrations that started from Monday morning right up until today. I just want to let you have a listen then, Kole, together with the viewers of Newzroom Afrika, to some of the students that are ventilating these grievances that have brought them to this very same juncture at this current moment.
It's a crisis at the University of Fort Hare. Us students are scared. We are facing a governance crisis. We are not heard, we are not being listened to, we are even intimidated, threatened by the Vice-Chancellor himself.
We wanted security on campus. We wanted proper residencies. We wanted maintenance to do their work. We just wanted safety on campus. And then when we came, we just saw that there was already fire. And we didn't know who started the fire, and when students are being framed.
We are not being taken seriously. It is not safe on campus. The police, as you can see, are here. They threw a tear gas into one of our residences, and they're also shooting at us. It's as if we are animals. And all we wanted was the Vice-Chancellor to actually listen to us. We have been speaking to him. We have written emails, but he still does not speak to us. All we want is transparency as well as accountability for the deaths that are happening on campus.
Well, on that very note, Liyema Vumisa, of that student saying it's because of the deaths that have happened, the students are not feeling safe because they they are blaming management for what they say are governance failures. Let's recap for the viewers. How many students have allegedly died here, and what were the possible reasons for why they lost their lives, and what has been the response from university management?
Certainly, Claudia, that also forms part of the grievances that the student body have raised together with the management of the university here, mentioning that over 3 students had, mysteriously passed away or died within campus in just a space of 2 months. We do not know what the institution has since, reported on those incidences, but what we know is that those were apparent suicides, while others were also of domestic violence cases, but they all happened inside the premises of this institution. Well, the students that we were talking to earlier on, in fact, claimed to us that the management is shying away from actually disclosing to them the actual reasons pertaining to the death of those 3 students, simply because they want to protect the image and not dent the image of the Vice-Chancellor that is currently serving. That would be then Professor Sakele Buhlungu. Meanwhile, he has not been reached, or rather he has been reached but could not comment. All we understand then is that the university will officially comment tomorrow. You'd understand then that that will come just on the backdrop then of that delegation that has been sent by the Minister of Higher Education and Training, Butina Manamela, that is going to engage in several meetings together with some of the student formations here. Meanwhile, in the interim, as we wrap it up, Koli, I just want to read a statement that came out just as these protests were happening and also the violent demonstrations were happening earlier on. This is from the spokesperson of the University of Fort Hare, mentioning that crime intelligence reported credible evidence that the current unrest is externally sponsored and orchestrated. The identities of those responsible are known to the university and law enforcement agencies. A criminal element masquerading student activism exploited the situation and took hold of our campuses, placing people, property, and the academic program at risk. Essentially saying that this is a coordinated attack on the institution itself, Koli.